Please take a moment to increase the brightness on your device for optimal viewing. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sketchy Friendler, where every day I tell you a story and I draw you a picture to go along with it. So today I'm going to talk about the time I went to the Temple of 1,000 Lucky Cats. All right, before I get started though, just a quick little blurb that I always give. Yes, I'm drawing in blue pencil. I will draw in regular pencil very shortly. Just bear with me. If you cannot see what I'm drawing, just crank up your brightness all the way up on your viewing device. And last, if you're on your phone, cell phone, and it is too small, then I suggest you turn your phone horizontal so that the image fills up your screen. All right, let's do this. So, like I was saying, I went to a temple of lucky cats. So if you're into cats, or maybe you guys are familiar with the Japanese little lucky cat statue. It's kind of like how it's like a little white cat and has a paw. One of its paws stands up, and then it's supposed to invite luck into your life. And it's a Japanese little uh, charm. It's called a Mineki Neko, which means I think lucky cat or luck inviting cat or something like that. But on one occasion, I visited Japan with my dad. My dad used to teach a class where he would take people to Japan, take students to Japan for a couple of weeks every year. And two times I went with him. And one time was the time I broke my arm. And the other time, more recently in 2018, I went with him, and we went to a lot of different places, different museums and temples, and just all sorts of cool Japanese stuff in Tokyo and in Kyoto. And this one day we were going to my dad and one of his friends had arranged a Japanese tea ceremony. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Japanese tea ceremony, but they're very kind of really cool, intricate. I don't know how to explain it. Just a lot of different rituals and fancy tea stuff. um, but it's pretty cool. It's a really cool thing. If you can try it, go out and try it. Japanese tea ceremony. But on this day, we had to go. We had to travel from where we were staying at by subway and get to where we were going, which was in one of those. It was like kind of a suburb of Tokyo, I think. And the tea master had uh, made his part of. He converted part of his home into a place where he could have tea ceremonies. And so all the students and my dad and I and my cousin, and just we had a lot of people there, and it wasn't big enough for everybody to do the tea ceremony at once, so we had to do it in groups. So that meant that we had to like kill time while we were waiting. So we were we had to wait. We had the first group, and since I was just there to help my dad, we let the other students go first, and then I was going to do a little bit later. I think my dad went with the first group, but my cousin, my stepmom, and some other people, we decided we were just going to wander around the neighborhood, just see what was going on. It was a very quiet neighborhood, not much was going on there. But so we walked around, and there was this long driveway road, and we saw and had some kind of, I don't know, Japanese writing. We didn't know. We knew it was like something, some kind of a, perhaps a temple or park or something. So we all just started walking down this road, and we got to the front of this place. And I think we had gotten some snacks. We're just eating like while we were waiting. And so we see that it's a temple. We're not quite sure what exactly it is, and we decided to um, just go in, because it's like open to the public, so we're there. Might as well, um, go check it out, right? And we had some time before we were scheduled to go do our tea ceremony, and so we start walking around, and it just looks like you're run of the mill temple. I mean, there's nothing really run of the mill of a temple. I mean, they're all kind of cool and fancy, but they all have different themes, right? So we're trying to find out what the theme was to this one. See, like the building, and we start walking around, and then we start seeing all these little shrines, and it's full of these little good luck cats, these Mineki Neko. I mean, there's tons. There's like thousands of them. Like just, and so we start reading. There's some kind of literature and stuff, but evidently this place is. We just happened to stumble upon. This is supposed to be the origin, the birthplace of these cat charms, these cat statues. Um, the place is called, I think it's Gotokuji, I think is what it's called. Gotokuji Temple. And its claim to fame is it's the birthplace of the Mineki Neko. And definitely, if we knew about it, this would definitely have been on the list of places to check out while we were in Tokyo. And we just happened to luck upon this thing. I mean, those lucky cats, right? It was really cool. It was a very old temple. It was very quiet. It wasn't open at the time. I guess they were doing some renovation in terms of like there wasn't the touristy part wasn't open, but all the little shrines with the cats were there. And I'm telling you, there was like all different sizes of cats too. It wasn't just the standard size of big giant ones or little tiny ones, all set up. I mean, if you need some luck in your life, I think that's definitely a place that you want to hang out. You get some of that luck rubbing off on you, like a cat rubs off rubbing their luck. So there is it was really, I mean, it's quiet. It's a little kind of, I don't know. It's a little bit, it wasn't spooky per se, but it did have kind of a feeling of like something there. Something was watching us. I don't know, maybe it was a groundskeeper, who knows? But yeah, just seemed very still, like, not a lot of animals. You can hear any birds, so it just seemed like something was there. Maybe the animals were scared of all the little cat statues. I don't know. But I think it was really fun. I had a lot of fun going there. I thought it was cool. I don't know. You probably, if you're in the West, you've probably seen these at like little tourist Japanese tourist shops or Japanese restaurants. They usually have one up at the front counter or by the window. Um, but it was definitely, I've never seen so many. Never seen so many in one place at one time. It was definitely a sight, and I'm glad I went. I mean, we didn't know what we are going to. Like when we went in, we just thought it was just going to be another temple that just. But this was definitely a special one, and it's interesting because it's like not in a. It's like in this kind of, like I said, it's like a suburb, a little suburb district of Tokyo. So it's not a place that's heavily trafficked. So that might be another reason why it was so quiet because just wasn't a tourist. There's nobody. Nobody was there around. I mean, it's just the people that live in the neighborhood, and they're not going to go there all the time because it's probably just something they see every day, right? But I'd go again, just if I was with somebody else, so I could show them because now I know where it's at. I don't know. Sorry, I just kind of got lost in thought there, just thinking about these cats. Just so interesting, funny little guys. They're All right, there you go. All right, getting into the real pencil here. But yeah, if you're ever in Tokyo, I know they're because of the pandemic, it's still things are just beginning to open up again. But if and when that all starts opening up again, and you end up going to Japan and you're in Tokyo, you should go. If you like cats, I mean, maybe if you're like just a strictly a dog person, maybe not. But hey, it's a good luck thing. So if you want to invite some luck, good luck into your life, then head on over to Kotokuji Temple. Or if have any of you been there? Am I not the only one? I didn't even know the place existed. So um, yeah, a lot of the thing about Japanese temples and the philosophies is like it's about inviting experiences, inviting luck, inviting perhaps an encounter with like a good like and I think in the Shinto religion they believe that everything has like a god that represents it, like from as little as like a pebble to a toy to an animal, or everything. And the temples are designed so that you have the chance, an opportunity to perhaps encounter one of these gods. It's not a guarantee. It's just, maybe we'll set this temple up so perhaps you'll be able to meet one of these gods. I always thought that was kind of a cool concept. I mean, I don't follow that religion or anything, but I always thought it was kind of cool. Just cool idea. But who knows? I'll be honest, I just like the little cats. They're cute. But you can buy these things on Amazon. They're just like little plastic guys, or I think some of them might be made out of like paper mache. But I just thought that was cool because, like I was saying, it's all about like these chances to meet stuff, But it was like kind of this chance experience that we kind of stumbled onto this place. We have all the different kinds of temples that you could stumble across. It was this cool little guy that we were familiar with what these dolls were, but again, never even knew there was a temple dedicated to them. Of course, though, I should have known. Got temples for everything. Got gods for everything there. But I think I was reading up on it like after I'd gone there, and I think what had happened was the reason that these Mineki Neko were created was it was this guy was trapped out in like a storm, and a cat invited him into this little temple for shelter, and as a thank you, he dedicated his life to making these little cats and recognizing them as positive creatures or something. And then they named the temple after him after he passed away. Do any of you guys have a Mineki Neko? I'm sure some of you do. But when I was here at this temple, I definitely had to get a picture of myself doing this. This is as best as I can remember what I did. Gotta do the cat pose, right? I don't know. What do you guys have like Lucky Charms or stuff that you look to, or things you do to try to help bring good fortune and luck into your life? Because I always want to hear what different maybe cultures or religious or just kind of things that you or your family or friends kind of came up with. Traditions. Those are always interesting to me and fun. It's fun to hear what different people do because everybody's experience is different, right? So, got a lot of different influences. And I mean, I'm never one to turn down good luck, so give me some ideas. I'd be interesting if any of you have been here. I mean, I know I said that before, but just felt like it was such a random thing that anybody else that has been here, I'm like, wow. You either totally already knew about it, you must have already known about it because there isn't any way that I would have come here if I mean, the chance that we stumbled upon it is, to me, it's pretty amazing. I love cats too, so I love dogs also. I don't pick favorites. So I'm gonna do this here. Okay. All right. So just so you know, I do this Monday through Friday. And on Saturdays, we put up a poll. You get to pick which is your favorite. And then on Sundays, whichever wins that poll, I will then on a live color up and ink up for you. And I am on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I post the images from the day before, and then on TikTok I do different videos. They're shorter time lapse videos that I do. They're usually about 2.5 minutes or less, and I ink up everything too. So that is where you'll find me. And other than that, I think that should do it. Here we go. I hope you have a great time. I always appreciate you hanging out with me. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.